Well, hello, all you imps, and hello again, all you imps, pixies, sprites, and other fine fae folk. It is me, the Hobby Hobbit, where I like to enjoy a lot of different crafts, but I'm master of none. Currently, we are playing with yes, Mr. Marvel Man. He's being a little cry today. We're going to continue working with our journal, and I just realized I have that upside down. And I rearranged some of the pages from yesterday because I didn't want to cut these fun edges off. And the further in you get to the center, the more it pushes the pages out, and I didn't want to cut those. As of right now, it looks like we're just going to have to cut a couple pages off, so I like that. I also realized yesterday that we don't have one of the requirements, a handy dandy nice little music sheet. So we'll add that in. That looks like that might be just about right too. So we're going to cut that up. We're going to add that in and then maybe look at aging some of the pages and seeing what we can do as far as ephemera goes, adding pockets and doodads and things like that. Does that sound like a plan? I hope so. Let's get at it, shall we? Okay. Now this, first let's just fold it. And I don't know, you guys may get kind of dim because I think if I try and scoot you out, my camera won't. But I want to make sure I've got you in frame for everything. I got a bunch of these music books, sheet music pages on eBay on auction because, you know, I have OCD, and my form of OCD I found out from a place that I used to work is like the fixating kind, and I didn't think I had OCD because I'm not particularly neat and tidy. I do, and I have always started to count things, like especially if I'm having trouble sleeping, I'll count like how many main stars or guest actors there were in TV shows. And I've always had a thing where I count famous faces I recognize in movies. But I never really realized that I do fixating. And my old boss was like, oh yeah, you absolutely fixate. Look at how you're doing with all your nail stuff. Because at that point in time, I was like really into doing a lot of nails. I was buying a lot of the chrome powders because those were pretty new out then. And since that time, I've learned to kind of recognize that I do this. And so I will let things sit in my cart and I kind of decide whether or not it's something I need, something I want, or something I really want. And I'm trying to be better at it. I'm not gonna say I'm great, but I am trying to be better and not be so impulsive and want with all of my purchases. That is for sure something I'm trying not to do. Okay, so that page needs to come down a little bit more, you see? Okay, let's go ahead and just get a little bit more of that taken off. And I don't care if these are different sizes within the journal, because I will add lace and some of that fun stuff to them, so that doesn't really bother me. I'm just trying to make sure that the main majority of these fit. Like this one right here, that's a little bit there will come off. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Let's shove that back in. And then this one. Okay. Now let's see. Now see, I can still see that those are still not necessarily wanting to come out. So we're going to do this the quick and easy way. And as we get to working on the pages, if I feel like I need to, we'll Yep, there we go. See? Problem solved. Now let's get all this saved because I do, as I said, want to, I want to try and make paper this summer. I've seen someone do it. I can't remember who I saw do it, but she got a lot of paper and she soaked it in water, then she threw it in a blender and she made a screen and then filtered it all out through the screen and then set it aside to dry, and I just reckon it'll go so much easier in the summertime. Now what I was thinking is this is blue and then there's the gold in there, so even though this is a junk journal, I want to introduce gold throughout. So I'm going to pull out some gold washi when we get to those pages. I'll pull out my gold washi and throw some gold washi on there. Now, I know this looks like crap. This is actually one of my D&D. I play D&D, and I laminated this so I could do all my spells and things, because they change occasionally, and so I wanted to be able to erase them with a wet erase. But what I found is, number one, these are great to glue onto, so I'm not wasting paper. I just wipe it off with a biodegradable wet wipe. When it's done, this is where I actually left it a little too long and then decided I was going to start doing my inking. The inking, the way I do that, it's a little different than most people do, especially if I'm doing pages and things. Like, I want to make this a little bit darker. So what I'll do, I want to make sure I got you in my frame here. Yeah, okay. What I'll do is I just rub it across like this. To me, this works so much quicker and easier than doing the daubers. And the great thing is if I decide I want to make this look like it's a little bit more somewhere, I can simply do that and bring it up so it's like it looks more aged in places. I can certainly do that. Like, I want an H spot here. And again, the color I'm using is the Tim Holtz Ground Espresso. And then I'll just flip it over and start on this side. And I want some in here, coming out. And I just kind of, like, when I want like more aged parts, that's what I do. I really like doing it this way. And I noticed, because, you know, I told you guys I'm really new at doing this, and I noticed that a lot of other journalers, they don't age their pages. I guess that's because they throw the ephemera in there and stuff, and I started out just aging pages, and I really like the way that it looks. It just adds a little, it takes time, which is why when I do hope to start selling these, there's, you know, most people would say for a journal like this, I don't know, maybe $8 or $10 if they just sewed it up and that's that. But I'm going to say 12 to 15 because I do age all of these pages by hand. No two will be the same because these patterns I'm never going to be able to replicate, even if I wanted to. Like I said, I'm mass making some, but I mean, there's no way. And you can see it doesn't, I mean, it takes some time, but not too long. Not for these great effects. Now, see, I'm going to put something really deep in here because I did get that whatever oopsie there, so I'll really, like, really muddy it in. Oh, you know what? I didn't even do my grunge song, so what do you think about that, huh? Of course, now it's going through my head. And then I'll just kind of scrape some of the ink off of this and grab it back onto my handy dandy. And then I will also flip this back over and just run down the seam there, bend, the fold, whatever you want to call it. And then so we've got this aged page on both sides that looks pretty darn good in my opinion, my very humble opinion. And yes, this is coffee dyed, but I might just hit up the corners a little bit. I may not go all the way around. Like that's pretty dark. I might just do the corners. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't with the coffee dyed, because I mean it is coffee dyed. But sometimes you would just want that little extra punch of something. Now I will do these edges. And is there nothing better than this? That sound. Isn't that great? I would love to know what your thoughts are on this. I mean, I'm a beginning channel. Constructive criticism is welcome. I do ask that you be nice because I am no expert. I don't claim to be. I'm very new at this and we're doing this for fun. Now then, I noticed that these pages were cracking because this is an older dictionary, so I'm just going to throw a little bit along that crack line. Just a little bit. And maybe just a little here and there. Oh, I also have, what did I do with it? This is fun too. I have an old medicine bottle lid that I'll just do, and then I'll just fake like it's a coffee cup stain, but it's not, obviously. But it just adds a little something to the pages. So I'll do that. And then sometimes I will match them up so that the marks meet up. You know, just some fun stuff. Okay, now I know I'm taking these apart as I'm going. So what I need to do is put them aside over here so we can continue building that. I'm working on this. And yeah, so that's probably what most of this is going to be, is me just aging pages. So I don't want to bore you with too much of it. So this may not be a very long video today. I don't know, it depends on how long I feel like talking to myself. But yeah, I just think it adds some interest. And you'll notice sometimes you can see where the brush kind of first clips on there. So I will try to buff that out some. And you know, some of these pages are going to be covered up with ephemera. And then let's just, for interest's sake, let's just throw just a couple on there. So if you're watching this and you do junk journaling, what got you into it? How did you start? Mine, I was on, I think it was maybe TikTok. I saw a video of a girl decorating a decorating a junk journal. She didn't journal in it. She was just adding really decorative pieces and, you know, tearing this and adding a bit of ribbon here and tearing something else and then putting a sticker over it, and it was just beautiful. So I started like looking for that kind of stuff to see what exactly that was, because I thought, oh, I bet that's so relaxing, just, you know, decorating stuff with no thought, no plan, just doing it just for the sake of the art. So I started looking, and that's when I discovered that they were actually junk journals, and that there are so many different uses for journals. You can use them for inspiration. I made one for my friend for gratitude journaling. You can do them for your children. They can do them, you know, for selfies with their friends and do them as a memory keeper. You could Bible journal in them. There's awesome food journals, you know, recipe book. You can turn it into literally anything that you want it to. All it takes is a little bit of pen, paper and imagination. So even if you don't want to make one, there's a lot of people out there selling them. You just need to fill it up and make it your own, you know? I think that's just so great. I mean, and there are so many talented people who make these. There's inspiration everywhere for sure. I hope. I aspire to be one of them one day, where someone will look at my work and go, wow, I like that. How did she do that? And want to watch my videos because they like me talking to the camera and just watching me just ramble on and work. That's the dream, right? Develop a community of friends that you can talk to and interact with, that enjoy your humor, especially in this day and age where I can't go out and socialize. COVID has definitely turned my life around. And I know, yes, I'm vaccinated and boosted, but it's not a good disease. Okay, yeah. Oh, let's add a couple on this page too. Might as well, right? And then sometimes you can just pull it so it kind of smears. Okay. Now, this one is just so stark white. I don't know what I want to do. Let's do a different color though. Let's not do this my favorite color. Let's just add a different color. Shall we do vintage photo? Let's do a little vintage photo. I think that's the color I was using on this. See, these daubers don't work as well on this. I mean, it's still quick, but it's not going to be as quick or as smooth. But I'm just trying to add a little grungage. What I really want is to get these. But you got to be careful because you don't want them torn up. Just like that. Now today is Friday the 13th of January. So I've been doing my channel now for 5 days. Hopefully some of you guys have found me a little entertaining, if not educational. And I'm not really worried about this too much because this one's, it's a regular piece of paper. I don't exactly have any dye. I wonder though if squirting water on this stuff will do anything. I've seen some people do it, but I've always just used these and the inks as just that, a distresser. You know what? Let's check it out, shall we? I don't know if I need to. Let's just. Okay. Okay, I see you. I see you. You gonna work? I could do that. Oh, I just thought of that. Let's try that. Yes, we're gonna try this. Okay, we're gonna try something. We're gonna try something. Okay, this is just regular water. Let's just... Oh, I like this. Oh, have I just discovered something new? Have I just discovered something that some of the other girls don't know? What a quick and easy way to do this. Look at that. And then all you gotta do is just let it dry sometime. And that's fun. That was fun. I kind of want to try it with rubbing alcohol because rubbing alcohol evaporates pretty quickly. So I have a feeling that I may do that. I think I've got a spray bottle and I know I've got lots of alcohol. Okay, so I'm gonna put that aside on top of my other stuff, but I'm leaving it open so it'll dry. Oh, this is a game changer here, dudes. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and... more water so it'll bead up a little bit better. Again, this is a laminated sheet. Now. Isn't that neat? Look at that. Okay. Okay. Yep. It's definitely more fun because it's more organic, I guess. You gotta let your creative juices out. I do want to try it with rubbing alcohol because I have a feeling that will evaporate quicker and the paper will dry faster that way. So after I do this page, I'm gonna go get some rubbing alcohol, so I'll put you guys on pause. And then we'll see. Oh yeah, that ripped. But that's okay, I'm not mad at it. Okay, I'll be right back. Right, okay, I'm back. I've got my squirt bottle full of rubbing alcohol, which apparently is leaking. I've cleaned this mat off so we can have a fresh start. Let's grab another piece of this. Put that back, because I have a feeling this is where we want to be. Do we want to try some different colors? Let's try, what's this one? Walnut stain. Is it just me or does that look the same color? I don't know why I'm doing in squiggles. I guess because I feel like dots might look a little offensive, I don't know. I've got my pup back in here with me. Hi, Marvos. Hi, little puppy. Is your mommy's good little boys? Huh? Is you your mommy's good little boy? Okay, let's try this. I'm excited. I really think that this is gonna... And I realize carrying all of my rubbing alcohols down to my craft room that I'm probably not the first person to experience this or experiment with it or discover it. But it sure as crap was exciting thinking that I might have been. Oh, baby. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, it is going to soak in because that was a lot. But it should dry much quicker. In theory, maybe I should have squirted so much. What you guys think? Yeah, I think I shouldn't have squirted so much. Okay, so I'm going to sit here and fan this for a minute, trying to get some of it to dry. It evaporates quickly. That much is certain. It's not going through, is it? No. Wonder why it's... Color breakdown. No, it's... Okay, we'll set that aside. Let's go for round 2, shall we? Let's just see where it goes. We're not going to do 6 squirts. We're just going to do 1. There. Okay, yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. What paper? What paper? What paper? What paper? Let's do this. So, now it does look better on here than the water. It does dry quicker because this water is still wet. These water pages are still really damp. And this is almost dry. Let's open that one up. Yeah, I got some on the back. Okay. All right. Wish I had. I'm gonna get a little crazy here. And this is probably not gonna work. Hang Okay. So I actually have an ink refill for the ground espresso. This is not gonna work. It's gonna be bad, but it's gonna be fun to find out. We're just gonna do like 1 drop. 1 drop. And then we're gonna let this smoosh everywhere. Come on, smoosh a little more. what I'm doing is I am trying to point the rubbing alcohol spray in the directions to get this kind of all over the place. Okay, let's try it. Oh. Okay, that was a lot, which I told it was going to be crazy, but let's just see where it goes. I think we're done with the alcohol now, at least for a minute. I just want to see what this does. I'm going to put you on pause while I dry this. Okay, so about a minute and 10 seconds and it's just moist. It's not soaking wet anymore, so the alcohol definitely does absorb and evaporate quicker. I'm going to move this out of the way for now so we can kind of look at what we've done. These were from the alcohol that I just kind of squirted down, tapped it down, and the way it went. This was from that drop of ink that I sprayed everywhere. I think this was the first attempt at the alcohol, which, not bad. And then these were the water drop ones. The water drop. Water drop. And then we've got little coffee cup stains. And then this is where I was actually inking edges and doing a little bit of the coffee cup stains, just a little bit around the edges here and then here. So I think that's it for today's video. I want to let these dry, clean up my area, make sure I haven't damaged my inks by dipping this into the alcohol and back into the ink. And then I'll see you tomorrow as we start working on pockets and playing around with decorating. How's that sound? Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.